Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. We are the BKS students. I am Alvijin Sambang.
I am Almay Pisa. I am Joshua Sumiton.
Okay, and now we have here Mr. Rustico Tulibas for this interview. So this interview focuses on the presence and the absence of the 7 types of curricula and also of their descriptions when it comes to your teaching. Yes, okay. So without further ado,
Let's
let's
start.
begin. So the first question, sir, is about the general curriculum adoption. So what curricula are you adapting in your class?
Well, with regards to the curriculum that I'm adapting inside my class, I think almost all of the curriculum types of curriculum are present. Almost all in a sense that it actually functions on a different ways. So, but most probably, the curriculum that I'm actually using, which is always present, is the thought curriculum and also the written curriculum.
Okay. So how do you describe the curricula you're adapting in your class, sir?
Well, when it comes to the description of the curriculum that I'm actually integrating or using inside the classroom it is actually very helpful in the sense that most of my students kasi is they are actually engaged, they are actually as I observed more on kind of engaging themselves to the content, no? So that is why the thing that I said, no, the curriculum that I mentioned is very evident in the sense that um, these are the things that actually happening inside the classroom during my class. You know, the written curriculum, I'm having and also the evaluation curriculum, no, or assessment curriculum, wherein after the discussion, after the thought curriculum, the discussion, there will be the written that must be addressed by the student, and also it's part also of the assessment.
Okay, so sir, you have mentioned the written, the thought, the assessed, and also the learned and hidden. So is there any type of curriculum not present in the classroom?
Well, as I said during the first question, I think all of the types of curriculum are present, but in a different way because they have different function inside the classroom. So I could say that there is no such type of the curriculum is not present in the discussion or in my class.
Okay, sir. So, in terms of written curriculum, sir, do you follow a structured syllabus or lesson plan? And how strictly do you adhere to it?
As I observe, no, in the college mode, we are not that fan of preparing a lesson plan because as we read today and later we have our class, then that's the way of the college. But still, we are following syllabus. But I could not say that most of the part of the syllabus as semestral plan can be followed because it depends on the situation. So it's just like me, no? If I could observe after 2 weeks my class, if I could observe the student is not that the topic is not necessary for my student level of learning, so I could skip use other. So that's why I said, no, sometimes, no, the other curriculum function and could be present in the classroom kasi gumagamit ako ng ibang hidden, yung ibang mga content na hindi naman kasali doon sa syllabus. Yeah.
Okay, so in that sense, sir, you could say that you're the one who decides the written curriculum.
Yes. In that sense, no, of course, kaya nga sinasabi doon na the teacher should have academic freedom. No one can question, no, except
Yes.
if there are heads who could observe you and just suggest their comments, but no one can question you because of that matter, no, it should be you're in authority, or you have your academic freedom, no one can question the way you give grades to the student, the way you prepare your lesson.
Okay. So, let's move to thought curriculum, sir. So, how do you deliver lessons in your class?
Most of the time, no, because I'm teaching an education student, so they are actually practicing not just to learn the content of the subject, but they are also practicing on how to teach the content of the subject. So most probably mas mas student centered, more on student activity, and me as a teacher are actually preparing the task. Ganun lang.
So, does that mean, sir, na you modify the written curriculum based on the students' needs?
Needs, yes, yes. That actually is the same way, no, na I have to do.
So, the next question, sir, is what teaching strategies or specific teaching strategies do you use to ensure the students understand the lessons?
Well, ako kasi it's more on more on student engagement. So, kasagaran, tanong ng tanong talaga. If I have my content, most of the time I'm always asking question to the student. Asking their personal experiences, how could they connect to their personal experiences and with content. So mas mas more on engagement, more on participation, more on task, collaborative task to the students.
Okay. So, when it comes to resources and materials, sir, what materials do you use to support your teaching?
Well, kung ano yung makikita ko inside the classroom, kung ano yung makikita ko with the student, kung ano yung meron ng student din sa bahay nila, hindi naman kasi nalilimit yung teaching na kung ano yung meron sa school, no? Including kung anong meron doon sa bahay nila, nagagamit ko din yun. Kung meron sila sa bagutan, nagagamit ko din yun as resources of learning, no? At saka, hindi kasi ako mahilig gumamit ng libro, yung mga written libro talaga. Kasi it's more on online naman, available naman lahat sa online. So, kung ano yung nababasa ko, i-connect ko lang kung ano yung actual.
So,
para makarelate ko ba.
So, can you say, sir, that there is enough resources provided by the school, or do you yourself supplement?
When it comes to facilities of teaching, no, wala namang problema sa school. Hindi, normal naman kasi public school naman, hindi naman tayo nasa private school. But anyways, pagdating sa mga, depende kung gagamitin ko, meron available ang school, hindi naman nagkukulang yung school.
Yes.
Kasi school natin to, kailangan pagpuntahan, di ba? So hindi naman nagkukulang yung school. Pero most of the time, I am the one who supplement what is necessary in my class. Kasi hindi naman kasi sinasabi ni school na, may printer ka na, sa'yo na to. No. No. Pero yung pagkakaiba lang doon sa yung nasa secondary or nasa ibang agency na education, no, department, hindi na natin i-mention. Kasi ikaw din yung nagpe-prepare ng lahat. Pero hindi yung dati doon. Pero yung ngayon parang nagsusupport na yung government mismo, no, nabibigay ng yung allowance sa material, sa visual yan. But dito sa university, be resourceful. Huwag kang
Okay. So, when it comes to evaluating your students' learning, sir, how do you assess your students' learning? Like through exams, projects, participation, etc.
I'm actually teaching physical education subjects and cultural arts education subjects. So it's more on performance. So bibihira lang yung written. It's more on performance talaga.
Through the fire.
Yes.
Okay. So, do assessments align with what was taught, or are they based on external standards?
It should be aligned with what has been taught. But sometimes dinadagdagan siya ng mga external
Standards.
external kanang informations or out.
Okay. measure what students have actually learned?
Well, kung nangyayari na they are actually moving and it changed their behavior. So that's how I could identify that my students are actually learning, no? Kasi yun naman talaga. If there are learning, there should, para malaman mong na-learning, there should be a change of behavior.
So, when it comes to measuring the students have actually learned, so can you say, or do students retain knowledge beyond tests? How do you know?
Based on my experience, no, meron naman ilan-ilan, no, that they go beyond what they've learned, no.
Pinanasan.
Kasi it is also part of the teaching principle na kailangan hindi lang tayo yung na-learn lang tapos nakakalimutan. Ako naman kasi may principle din ako na half of my class should be focused on the content and half of the time and half of the time should focus on inspirational messages, because I believe that these are the things that could not be forgotten by the student. Except, okay, mga content, nakakalimutan lang yan. Maaalala lang yan pag mga panahon ng ng mag-test, mag-exam. Pero yung mga advices, mga motivational stories, yun yung hindi nakakalimutan ng mga bata.
So, when it comes to motivations, mga inspirational, mga lessons, so let's move to unofficial lessons. So, what unwritten values, behaviors, or social norms do students learn in your class?
Well, ako kasi mahilig ako mag-story ng sarili ng life ko, yung experiences ko. So, yun yung mga common values din na nasi-share ko, yung paano mamuhay, paano mamuhay ng masagana. Dapat responsible, dapat meron kang mga factors, meron kang mga characteristic na maging good student. Hindi lang yung pagiging masama lang lagi, kailangan balance din yung life, no? May mga ginagawa kang tama, hindi naman sa may gagawin kang mali. May gagawin kang tama at itatama yung mga tama na.
Okay, so does that mean, sir, na there are unintended lessons like discipline and teamwork that emerge in your
Yes, so it
teaching?
is always there. Why? First and foremost, your teacher here is karate do instructor.
Yes.
Sensei in short, no? And as we all know that the ultimate aim of karate is discipline. It's coming from Ichin Funabushi ni Father Muto Karate. So that is why siguro na-adapt ko siya inside the classroom. In fact, I don't want niya hindi naka-arrange yung chair. I don't want nagubot ang klase. I don't want na hindi prepared yung student ko. So mayroong disiplina talaga inside the classroom. Kailangan, maaga, pumasok. Mas mauna pa sa akin.
Hindi
Sino yung pwedeng malate lang? Si teacher lang.
May mga hindi pumasok.
Huwag nang pumasok. Yun talaga. It's part of the discipline. No?
Okay, okay, so let's move to recommended curriculum. So, sir, are you aware of any curriculum reforms or expert recommendations that influence your teaching?
What do you mean?
Like mga expert na mga recommendations na mga
Na ako'y nahibawan? Na ako'y nahibawan?
nga magamit na influence nimo sa imo ang pag-teach sa imo students.
Na-influensyahan ko
Yeah.
sa pag-teach ang student.
Anak,
Sa ba?
naka-influence there.
Naka-influence ako sa pag-teach ng. Well, of course, kay kanang we as teacher, dili man gud pwede nga mahuman matapos yung learning natin from there. Kinahanglan man gud punta mag-attend og seminars, mag-attend og mga mga workshop, and this learning, no, that I have, or mag-eskwela, balik doctorate or sa postgraduate, no, mag-eskwela, kada mga learning na imong makuha, of course it will influence the way I teach my student. Well, in fact, nagiging uhaw nga ako minsan, hindi ako nakaka-attend ng mga seminar para akong late sa trend. So nagiging uhaw ako sa learning na makukuha ko na pwede ko i-share sa student.
So, when it comes to teaching, sir, or Yeah. Do you incorporate educational trends like STEM even if they're not officially required?
Hindi kasi ako mahilig sa science, sa mathematics. But on the other side, no? Like for example, I'm into sports. So, kaya ko siyang gamitin sa the classroom. Or ano ba yung uso ngayon? Kaya ko siyang i-connect because I believe that it would be helpful for me to use that thing because my students, they are a modern student. Hindi ba sila karaan?
So when it comes to implementing or teaching, of course there are challenges and adaptations. So what challenges do you face in implementing the curriculum?
Challenges, ako kasi I am actually the teacher, heart to heart. I am a teacher na explorative. So, magiging challenge sa akin basta dili available ang akong ginunahon na bitaw nga i-explore ganahan ako i-explore. Like for example, gusto na ako nga ang bawat room is automated nga sulatanan or automated nga voice operated nga pag-istorya na ako, pag maghatag ko example, magawas na siya, manahog na siya, then naka-leg wool ang school, nga na ba? Or, nga na ba? So, ganahan ko nga dalo na ko ang akong estudyante sa China. So, change na rin ang room. Pero it could not be given by the, siguro in the future, may nga na mahitag. Kapag yung let's go to Japan, change na ng room. Nato sa Japan, then na music. May mga hulugan ng mga tao ba? Yung na ba? That's what I think. Pero I think it could be done in the future.
Pag si Mike na
So it's a weird challenge, no. But in a simple manner, no. When it comes to challenge, no, kana yung student na iba-ibang pinanggalingan. So their foundation is not that precise, and it could lead to for me to adjust. O halimbawa, meron sila physical education, dance. O, yung pinanggalingan nila hindi mahilig sa magturo ng sayaw. O ito naman mahilig magturo ng sayaw. O yan, learn lang sa TikTok, hindi naman sa formal. So those are the challenges that I could encounter. But eventually, we are a teacher, so we have to adjust.
So, talking about adjustments, how do you adapt when students struggle with the curriculum?
Yeah, well, the student, normal naman kasi na nagkakaroon talaga ng struggle ng student. Kasi iba-iba. Hindi naman lahat bright. Hindi naman lahat kaya buko. Mahirap kaya maging buko. Diba? So, how can I address?
Normal lang.
How can I address the situation?
So, how do you adapt with the struggles of the students?
With the struggle of the student? Well, ginagawa ko kasi yung lahat. No? Kasi wala namang ultimate aim ng teaching is for the student to learn. Kasi nagiging bubo kang teacher. Frank ka lang, nagiging bubo ka ng teacher kung iniisip mo lang yung sarili mo, hindi yung student mo. How could you change the behavior of the student? You have to think for the student, not for you. Kailangan magaling ako magturo, kailangan magaling ako magsalita. Hindi yan para sa'yo. It's necessary, but the most necessary is the learning of the student. Ano lang. Then, you need to have heart po. Hindi lang puro minaldito, hindi lang puro inisog din, wala kang puso. Matapang ka, kumbaga matapang ka, pumapatay ka ng puso, pero may puso.
Okay. So, if you could change one thing about the curriculum,
Sige.
if you could change one thing about the current curriculum, what would it be?
The curriculum, the
Yes,
type of
that-
curriculum.
Yes. That you use maybe.
I think there's no thing that I need to change because curriculum, as I said, exists in different way. All the types of curriculum is necessary on a different way because they have different function. Siguro dagdagan na lang na dapat na yung mga curriculum intended for robot, mga advanced.
So you said, sir, that all of the types of curricula have different functions.
Yes.
So how do you ensure that all types of curricula work together effectively?
Yung a good question. Well, it will complete actually the totality of facilitating learning. Okay? So, kasi kung wala kang assessment, then how could you prove that your student learned? If you don't have that written, which is the plan, if you don't have that recommended, which is product of research, yan na ba? Product of research ba nabi sometimes? Oh, and then, if you don't have that hidden curriculum, which is necessary for the student to not just focus on the content, but they could use it on their personal life, no? Like mga skills na buhay na yan na ba? So, in short, no, this should be work together kasi may kanya-kanya siyang function. Sige.
So, that's it. Okay, so, one last lang, sir. Do you have any, as a teacher yourself, do you have any message towards your mga co-teachers, especially to
What
those
specific message?
kaka-teacher pa lang? Sa ba?
Ay, yung
Like
pagiging
mga
bagong teacher
bagong
pa lang.
teacher pa lang, sir.
Sino ba?
If ever.
Yung message ko?
Yes,
Sige.
message mo.
Do it.
Laban na.
Kaya
No, do not compare yourself na lang to others because iba-iba kasi iba-iba yung style, kahit matagal na, iba din, kahit bago lang, iba din. Yan na ba? So, do not just compare yourself to others. Just focus to yourself. Yan na ba? Pag nagtuturo ka, isipin mo yung sarili mo, pero yung ultimate aim mo is isipin mo yung estudyante. Because the love of student is love of learning mo na. And love of teaching. Do not go beyond loving the student. Ha?
Lahat na to.
Okay na?
Okay na to. So, that's it. It's a wrap. So, thank you so much, sir. for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for the English
Goodbye.
101. Yes, anong major?